Network. Meanwhile, we have one of the games of the year tomorrow on Monday Night Football from Lambeau Field. Here's what's at stake. Eagles will have a 33% chance to get the 1 seed and the only bye in the NFC if they win. But according to our analytics, that drops to 11% with a loss. While the Packers try to avoid a second straight loss, Green Bay only has a 4% chance to get the 1 seed if they lose. Let's pick what is probably the best game of Week 10. Rex, who you got?
I'm going to take the Eagles, defending Super Bowl champs for a reason. I like the Birds and getting that defense tuned up a little bit. They bring in Jalen Phillips, so I'm excited about this pass rush.
You know, this is a statement game for me because later on down the line, these two may meet in the playoffs later on. I think this is Green Bay's year. Michael Parsons will be the factor. Give me the Green Bay Packers.
Not as popular. Not as popular.
I think this game is unbelievable. Can't wait to watch it. Been going back and forth, but I like the Eagles in this one. I think the bye is big. Coming off the bye, they're about as healthy as you can get. They added a few new pieces, obviously, with the trade deadline. I like them fresh. Get the win this time.
We got a lot of Eagles fans in here, huh? Yeah. I'm taking the Packers. I think the defense, hey, let's start taking the football away defensively for Green Bay. They get 2 of them tomorrow.
I'm no fool. I know my audience. I've got the Eagles. Okay, so with that thought in mind, we've made that pick. Let's do our dog of the week, which is brought to you by our friends at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. And every single week, we see the dogs that are all out there. Last week, it's in our...
And that I just want to mention are, if you look at the Detroit Lions, they've covered 12 straight games when coming off a loss. That's tied for the second best mark in the Super Bowl era. And then as for the Panthers, they have not covered a game as a favorite in 10 straight. So keep those in mind when you're making your dog of the week picks. I'm going to go with the Cardinals for my dog of the week, taking the 7.5 points. These teams played earlier in the season, and the Cardinals were catching 1.5 points, and that was with Kyler Murray. They ended up losing that game, but only by 3 points. So you see the big discrepancy from Kyler Murray to Jacoby Brissett, but I don't think that really needs to be that many points. Divisional games are tough, so I'll take the 7.5 points. And obviously, our smallest dogs we have are plus 4.5, but if I was taking anyone, it would be the Eagles, plus 1.5. As the only Philly girl up here, we at least get an audience clap for the Eagles. I had to get one in. Thank you.
Yeah. Rexy, who you got?
Well, who I got is, who did you say, Cardinals?
Yes.
7 and a hook there, I think is how they say it.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to take the Cardinals. Why?
Wait. No. Dude, you said the Commanders. You were going with
No, I'm going Cardinals. Why? She's hit 4 or 5 straight dogs. Forget it. I'm going with her.
I want everyone to know what just happened here.
Shameless.
Rex changed his pick literally because Aaron picked it.
No
He changed his pick. That's disgraceful.
Smartest guy, but I'm not dumb either. I'm going with Dolan.
Disgraceful.
Aaron, I'm not going with the Cardinals. I'm going to have to go with the 49ers. You know, going against the Rams with 5.5. I think Mac Jones, CMC will definitely be a factor. But getting after Mac Jones, they haven't done it thus far. I think the 49ers will cover this. Man, the Commanders, Rex?
The Commanders, no. The Cardinals.
Rex, I think you're going to love mine. I got the G-Men. I have Jackson.
Hold up. This is the same guy that hammered the Jackson Dart deal when they decided to go with him.
I love the kid.
You love Jackson Dart.
I like it. Bad weather game. I think he's built for it. I like it today.
Okay, all right. I'm going to take the Vikings. I think we see that 2 to 3 play improvement. J.J. McCarthy, I think he's just scratching the surface. This is his preseason still. All right, he's going to get better. He's going to get better. I think give me the Vikings outright.
Ooh.
I think they pull it out and they beat the Ravens.
Very good. I like it.
I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you.
You guys are all accustomed to getting cheered. They never cheer for me.
I love
hey,
that
I got the Giants too. Let's go.
Fans here.
Can we boo Moss again? I love the fact Moss got booed.
Yeah, Moss.
Let's hear you.
I'm going with the 49ers.
One way or another. That's all right. You're in the Hall of Fame. You'll have to just learn to live with that. Okay, let's talk about the Giants and the Bears. Shall we? The Bears are back home after a wild game against the Bengals. and a touchdown catch. I combined pass and catch because he did them both. They won that game 47-42. Second-year quarterback has been helped by a run game that's averaging 144 rushing yards, second in the NFL this season. They ran for a season-high 283 yards last week. And Dan Graziano was in Chicago covering the game for us today. And as you will see from Dan's coat, we've got weather going on in Chicago. Dan, what is the weather looking like for this game?
Greeny, I've seen better. There's no question about it, but I've also seen worse. Look, it's been very windy here this morning. I don't know if you can see some snow flurries are still kind of fluttering around here. During the game, it doesn't look like there's going to be any precipitation, but it will be windy and chilly. That'll affect, obviously, the passing game. Caleb Williams, nothing new for him. He played here last year. He grew up in the D.C. area. He knows about winter. He's progressing. The Bears players and coaches I've talked to are happy with the way he's progressing. Running back DeAndre Swift told me you see a lot more poise, a lot of command of the offense this year. He said, I know Ben Johnson, the head coach, has been on him, and he's reacting to that well. He wants to take the coaching, and he wants to be great. Now, all that said, coaches and players that I've talked to since I got here are all expecting this to be a run-heavy game on both sides of the ball for both teams. The Bears, as you mentioned, had that big game last week. The rookie Kyle Monangai had 176 rushing yards, and they get back DeAndre Swift, who I was just talking about, who missed last week with the groin injury. So they are at full strength and ready to run it on the Giants. Swift told me the run game has been on point ever since the bye. He feels like everything has been sharp. He said it starts with those big guys up front. He said when those guys are on, we're able to take those 6-7 yard gains and turn them into explosives. Greeny, remember what they did in free agency? Guards and a center. We knew how the Bears were going to want to operate this offense this year.
No question about it. Dan, thank you very much. And I think the first thing to do when you get that, we're an hour from kickoff, we're going to have cold, we're going to have wind, maybe a little bit wet from a quarterback's perspective. Caleb Williams one side, Jackson Dart the other. Does one or the other have an advantage considering that the way they would deal with the weather?
I actually like both of them in this game, surprisingly. Okay. Listen, they both grew up in cold places, D.C. and Salt Lake. And from a skill set standpoint, both these guys can drive the football, especially when you saw the wind. I mean, 23 miles an hour, obviously.
In Chicago.
In Chicago, which is, the windy city. And that's the thing that you can't see, right, on TV especially, but just crushes you as a quarterback. Again, especially if you're going into it, even with it at times, obviously affecting the football. But then again, both these guys have great mobility, right? Their ability to run the football, their legs, that's such an added weapon for both these guys. And their offenses use it. I can see these guys calling design QB runs in critical situations, and they're having a big part of this game. And speaking of situational football, this guy right here, Caleb Williams, I thought last week was such a big step for him to win this ball game in a 2-minute drill for your team. I mean, your team just gave up the game, what appeared to be the game-winning touchdown to Joe Flacco with under a minute, and then you come back, here they are, 35 seconds, 3rd and 10, what are you going to do? I mean, your left tackle doesn't even touch the defensive end. And this is what Caleb, I mean, we've seen this for years from him, right? This is playground football, and this is the best kid on the playground. And this is what won him the Heisman. And again, here to bail out his offensive line in a critical situation, move the sticks, still keep your chances of hope alive. And then this is it. The very next play, this is the evolution of Caleb Williams. From the pocket, can he win a ball game? Watch his feet. 3 and a hitch here, on time, and look at him deliver this football. Look at this, over this 2-ball, over the linebacker, in between 3 defenders. Listen, this is the game-winning score. I know he breaks the tackle and goes on for a touchdown, but that got you in field goal range. You were down a point, you won the ball game. And I can't tell you what this does for a young quarterback to hold up your end. Your defense gave up 42 points and 500 yards to Joe Flacco. It didn't matter. You came through. They now know they got a guy. Like, this is going to go a long way for him.
You talk about being on top of your game in crunch time. Going back to that,